The way the rich actually think about money, or the way people that are wealthy and very rich in society think about money, is different from the way an average man think about money. The rich actually constitute the minority in the society, and the have-not actually constitute the majority. We are actually in a capitalist system that is conditioned or programmed in a way that if you don't have financial education, then becoming rich or becoming a wealthy individual in society might actually be utopia. You see, the rich actually have a way they think about money. They have a way because they understand that money is actually a tool. Money is actually, an instrument of what of wealth creation, and they also understand the dynamics of what of money, and they are able to understand these things because they actually have what we call financial education. So if you are actually in a capitalist society like our society, you understand that what that becoming rich is actually as easy as it can be, and it's not as difficult as people actually make it to understand if you can actually go through the principles of what of the decade of sacrifice. Going through the decade of sacrifice will actually help you to build your wealth over the years, because wealth creation is something that is actually built over the years. And when we're talking about the decade of sacrifice, we're not talking about 1 year, 6 months, or 2 years. We are talking about something that you have to build for 10 years, 15, 20 years. And if you can actually go through these principles, through these dynamics of money, you will realize that in the next few years, you are also going to be very, very, very rich. And that's why you need what we call a decade of sacrifice. So in this topic, I'll be talking about the way the rich people think about money, or the way the rich actually think. If you actually understand the dynamics of the way the rich people actually think, it will guide you well on how to actually build your wealth, and you now begin to think like the rich in the society. Number one thing is that, number one, which is what I'm talking about, how the rich think, is that the rich believe that money is meant to be grown and not to be earned. Money is meant to be grown and not earned. Now, what do I mean by that? See, you understand that in the early society, we have two kinds of people: those that have and those that do not have. You see, for the majority who constitute the those that do not have, they believe that once they earn that money, they need to use that money to buy nice things for themselves that will actually make them to look rich in the society. But for the rich does not think like that. He believes that money is meant to create what I call an exponential effect, or a multiplier effect. And that's why the rich will always invest his money and make more money for himself. And by so doing, he's doing what I call growing his wealth. So majority earn money to buy nice things, but for the rich, they earn the money to grow more money for themselves. So create what we call an exponential money for themselves, where they invest the money and make more money for themselves. So wealthy people actually earn more money to what I call investment. They earn more money when they invest their money. So wealthy people earn money to make more money. So once they earn the money, they use that money to make more money. And how do they use that money to make more money? They actually invest that money. But for the average man on the street, he doesn't believe in that. He uses that money to buy license for himself and look rich, to impress people in the society. Because we are actually in a materialistic society, or a dialectical materialistic society, where people actually glorify the way you look by what you actually wear, like your wristwatch, your clothes, your shoes, and the rest of them. But that is not the determinant of what of wealth. So wealthy people are focused on growing their wealth. They are more resilient. They are more focused on growing their wealth. They want to grow their wealth because that's the way they have been programmed through what I call capitalism. Because capitalism will program you through financial education to program you that you need to grow your wealth to make more money for yourself. So more people that are wealthy focus on growing their wealth. And another thing is that wealthy people, make more money through what they call investment because they believe that what that investment actually work for them. And that's why you hardly see wealthy people, buying some things that are very ostentatious or all those things. Now you ask me, you tell me now that but where do people buy all those things? You see, wealthy people don't usually buy things like that. They buy those things that you are seeing them buying. I'm talking about people that are very, very rich now, that are very, very rich, people that are rich inside. I'm not talking about people that are living this fake life. These things that you see them buy, they are actually funded by their investment. Do you get it now? Their investment is funding their lifestyle. They are not using their money to buy those things. What is buying those things for them is actually their investment. Do you get it now? But for an average man, he can use his credit card, he can use his loan, he can use easy buy now, pay later, easy buy and the rest of it to buy those things where he's going to pay interest back to the company that is giving him the money to buy those things. In other words, he's living in debt, and on the other end is also making other people to be rich and not making himself rich, and that's what distinguishes the rich from the poor. So wealthy people earn their money through wealth, and average people earn their money through what I call labor. Do you get it now? So an average man will earn his money through labor, and once he gets that money, he will use that money to finance his lifestyle by buying nice things for himself and by buying things that he actually need for himself, not even investing the money. But for the rich, he will use that money to grow more money for himself by investing the money. So you need to understand that for you to actually make it in this economic system, you need to learn to invest your money. You need to learn what we call financial education. Then number two on the way the rich think is that you need to shield your money. You need to shield your money. That's the second factor. You see, the rich believes about that they need to shield their money. Then apart from that, as you are growing wealthy in life, as you are becoming wealthy and rich in life, people might want to dip their hands in your money, and that's why you need to shield your money. And you need to know how the tax system actually works for you to be able to shield your money, because this tax system has been programmed to make people to pay some certain amount of money to the government work directly or indirectly, and that's why you need to understand how the tax system actually work. You see, in the society, there are three categories of income. We have what we call ordinary income, we have what we call passive income, and we have what we call portfolio income. What is ordinary income? Ordinary income is the money you make from your job. When you render service to people, then you earn what we call ordinary income. So you pay more money in form of tax when you earn ordinary income. But when you invest your money in portfolio income or what I call passive income, you pay lesser, because at that point in time you are investing your money somewhere, and you might not be liable to all the taxes that other people actually pay. So for example, if you actually invest your money in stock, the amount of money you're going to pay as tax will be reduced to the very minimum, that is portfolio income. Then if you actually invest your money in passive income, which is called what I call create what we call multiple streams of income, the amount of money you're also going to pay as tax will be reduced to the very minimum. And that is the common sense that the rich actually they have, because they have what we call financial education. So it's called that rich people have more money because they invest more in portfolio income and passive income, compared to someone that's paying or earning money on ordinary income. Having portfolio and passive income will earn you more money every day. It will earn you more money every day. Then wealthy people do not spend their money on things that they cannot afford, on things that they can never afford. Now you ask me, why is that wealthy people don't spend their money on things that they cannot afford? You see, once you cannot afford something with your money in this life, it has to mean that you have to look for other means of getting that thing. And what are those things that you have to do to get those things? You can go for a loan, you can go for easy buy, you can go for buy now and pay later. Don't forget that when you actually fund your money with these things, or you get money through this medium, you are going to pay what we call interest at the end of the day. And that is why the rich always avoid paying interest at the end of the day. I'm not saying that they don't get money, but when they are getting money or getting a loan, they use that money to finance investment. over the years, and at the end of the day, it will create more wealth for them. So they avoid what are called liabilities. Wealthy people avoid their liabilities, but for the have not, or for the average man on the street, he embraces a liability. So another thing is that wealthy people embraces what we call a asset, but for the have not or the average man on the street, they embrace liabilities. Liabilities will actually create what I call holes in your pocket, but asset will create more wealth for you. So wealthy people finance liabilities with their cash. If I thought they are going to finance liabilities, or they are going to buy anything that is actually a liability, they would rather pay with their cash. And when they pay with their cash, it means that they are not going to pay any interest to anybody, because they are not borrowing the money through loans or easy buy or buy now or pay later. The other thing that what is easy to look rich with capitalist system, but you can still be broke, because in most cases you realize that most people always in our society dress to impress. They want to look rich, they want to look impressive, they buy expensive wristwatch, they buy expensive shirt, they buy expensive trousers and expensive shoes, they go to vacation, they go for vacations, they go to expensive restaurants to eat their food. But at the end of the day, most of them are still very broke, because they finance this thing through loans, through credit cards, through buy now and pay later or easy buy and the rest of them. So you need to buy more investment to make more wealth in 2024. So rich people or wealthy people, the way they think is that they avoid easy buy, they avoid buy now pay later, they avoid credit cards or loans. But for the average man on the street, they embrace all these things. So stop financing liabilities. You need to stop financing liabilities, because liabilities will actually create holes in your pocket. Then the third thing, that the way the rich people think is that they believe that money is actually a tool. Money is actually a tool. You see, for the average man or for the society in which we are, on the religious perspective, people tell you that money is actually a taboo. Money is the root of all evil. Money is not good. Rich people are actually evil. They cheat people and the rest of them. Not every rich people actually cheat people, because the money that we're talking about now is being used by both the good and the evil people. Do you get it now? But it depends on your perspective or the way you think about money that will determine where you actually belong in this scenario. So money is not a taboo. Money is not evil. Money, being rich or being wealthy does not make you evil or cheating other people, because you actually work for that wealth. If you are doing what we call a legit business, or you're actually investing your money. I'm not my people that are siphoning money or embezzling money, or taking money from society in an illegitimate means or in the wrong way. But we're talking about people that are wealthy in a legit way. So money is not a taboo. Money is not evil. Do you get now? Rich people are not evil people. You see, money actually makes financial life to be more easier. It makes your life to be more easier. It makes your life to be smooth. So if you don't have money, you're as good as being empty. So what makes you different from other people? What makes you to be able to afford your lifestyle? What makes you to live a good life, to live an easy life, is when you actually have money. So money is not evil. So money actually amplifies who you are. It talks about your personality, your charisma, or who you actually are. So the money you have will actually, is your charisma, will determine your charisma, or it will amplify your personality or who you actually are. So money will always buy what we call financial freedom. Money will buy you financial freedom. Money will buy you what? Financial independence. And that means that for you to be able to have financial independence, you need to start investing your money today over a period of time, which is what I call a decade of sacrifice. So once you earn that money, you divide that money into three parts: your savings, your investment, and your spending. Your savings is what you prepare for emergency. The investment is what you actually build over a long period of time, and your spending is the money you spend on your daily basis. What actually makes you rich is very important, because everybody will claim to be rich in society, but what will actually determine whether you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are rich, you are superfluous, you belong to the high class in society, is that you have some certain principles that will actually qualify you to be rich. So if you don't have any of these things, you are not rich, or you are still aspiring to be rich. So when you say you are actually rich, you need to be physically fit. You need to be physically fit, or you need to have physicality. What I mean by physicality is that you are healthy. Do you get it now? You eat healthy food, you go on exercises and the rest of them. You are not the type that you are spending money on your health to improve your health and the rest of them. So you must be physically fit, you must be mentally fit, you must be mentally fit or mentally alert. Then you must be spiritually fit and you must be financially fit. Then if you have these four factors, then you can say that you're actually rich. Physically fit, mentally fit, spiritually fit, and financially fit. These things, once you have the four of them, they can say they're actually rich. Then number four, of which the way the rich people actually think is that they believe that money has no limit. Money has no limit. Now, what do I mean by money has no limit? When you say that money has no limit, it means that money does not have any barrier. Do you get it now? The amount of money that you can actually make, or the amount of wealth you can actually make, is not limited. Do you get it now? So people will say that when I'm contented with my life, at least I have a car, I have a house, and the rest of them. That does not make you what? A complete being, because you need to sustain that thing over the years. Do you get it now? So money has no limit. In other words, you need to make more money for yourself. You need to make more money for yourself. You need to make more money at the end of the day, because when you make more money at the end of the day, it will actually guarantee your lifestyle in the future. Do you understand now? So you must do something different from other people for you to create that wealth and build that wealth over the years. And that's why you need financial education, and you need to think differently, like not like everybody in society, but you need to think in a minority way and not in a majority way. So money has no limit. So the amount of money you can actually build or have does not have any limit. And in other words, you have to build that thing consistently, resiliently, pragmatically over the years. And when you talk about your money not having any limit, we mean that you have to build that money over the years through what we call a decade of a sacrifice. And then when you talk about decades of sacrifice, we're talking about something like about 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. So the more you make more money, the more you invest that money. That's what he's talking about there. So money does not have any limit. It has no limit. Then number five is that making money involves risk. Making money involves a risk. The rich people actually believe that making money involves a lot of risk. And if you are not willing to take that risk, becoming wealthy is not always easy. If you watch my last program and my last video where I was talking about comfort zone, that when we're in the comfort zone, a lot of us feel so comfortable. We feel that we have actually arrived, and at that point at which we are, we don't need to move forward in life again, that we can actually be in that comfort zone. Being in that comfort zone is not always good enough, and that's what this one is talking about. So making money or becoming wealthy actually involves a risk. You must be a risk taker. If you're not willing to involve your money, or you're not willing to take any risk in life, you might actually be in your comfort zone. So taking risk in life is very, very important, because when you take risk, it comes to what they call what its own reward. You see, people that you see today that are very, very wealthy, very rich, and very flawless, that are living this, exotic life, they actually take risk at one particular time or the other. So making money itself take a risk. So you must be willing to take that risk and invest your money, because at one point or the other, you might actually lose money, and at one point or the other, you may actually have what we call exponential growth at the end of the day. So taking risk is very important in life. So you must be willing to take that risk. So saving your money in the bank, putting your money in the bank, over a year, over the period of years, will not actually create wealth, because some people tell you that I have 20 million in my bank account. By the time inflation actually comes, you realize that money does not have any value. Then putting your money in the savings account will not yield any interest for you. It's like you are just suffering that money there, because money likes to move around, money likes to fly, money is actually a spirit. It likes what? Being put into operation. But if you put that money into what? Into the savings account, you're actually creating wealth for other people, because at the end of the day, they will lend that money to other people, and the bank will make interest for themselves at the end of the day. So you are making the bank more richer, you are making the credit financial institutions more richer at your own detriment, because your money is going to be lended out to other people, and the bank will be making profit at the end of the day for themselves. So you need to take that risk. Involve yourself in taking risk by putting your money into investment. So people that are wealthy today, the way they think is that they need to take the risk and they are willing to take the risk. But are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to involve your money in some kind of business that at the end of the day, anything can actually happen? If you're not the type that can actually will take risk, then you need to have to start taking risk today. I can remember, when I started my own investment portfolio, I was wondering, if I put this money in this place, will my money just fly away? But I had the confidence, I was willing to take this, and that was why I put my money there. And today, I've not regretted putting my money into investment portfolio and to our money market fund. And today, I'm making money every day. This is October now, and that means that we are starting afresh again in October till December. October, November, December. For the next 3 months, I'm going to be paid again, which are going to add up to what I've made from January to September. So you can see that it's actually a decade of sacrifice. That if you can actually decide to take that risk today, it will yield a lot of profit for you tomorrow. So be willing to take a risk. So on this note, I'm going to stop on this the way the people, rich people actually think. If you have actually gained something in this topic, please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to share my video and also leave your comment and how I can serve it better. To my returning subscriber, I say very big thank you. So I see you next time. God bless you. God bless Lagos State. God bless Nigeria. And God bless the world. Thank you and God bless you. Bye bye.